I uncovered my wife's secret double life. For most of our marriage, I thought my wife Anna and I had a stable, predictable life. We'd been married for nearly 8 years and everything seemed normal, maybe even too routine at times. We both worked steady jobs, shared a nice home, and enjoyed occasional weekend getaways. It wasn't perfect, but it felt solid. Then, about 6 months ago, little changes began to creep in. Anna became distant. She started staying out late more often, claiming extra work or post-office drinks with colleagues. At first, I didn't think much of it. Her marketing job was demanding, and late nights weren't unusual. But then they became frequent. She kept her phone close, seemed distracted even during our weekends together, and grew less open with me. One night, when she was working late, I tried calling her. The call went straight to voicemail. I sent a few texts, but hours passed before she finally came home around midnight, smelling faintly of alcohol. She brushed off my concern, saying she'd lost track of time at a work event. Her explanation felt rehearsed, forced even, but I convinced myself I was overthinking. After all, this was my wife. Why would she lie? A message popped up from someone named Lily. "Can't wait to see you tonight." The name didn't ring a bell, and my curiosity got the better of me. I clicked on the chat, my heart pounding. The messages dated back months. They spoke of dinners, inside jokes, and a place by the river. I knew Anna's friends, and none of them were named Lily. That night, I casually asked her about her evening plans. She shrugged. "Nothing special, probably just work stuff," she lied. My stomach dropped, but I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I decided to gather more evidence. Over the following weeks, I started noticing more oddities. She'd disappear for hours, claiming she was out shopping or meeting friends, but would return empty-handed. She became overly protective of her phone, taking it everywhere, even the bathroom. Sometimes, I'd catch her smiling at messages before quickly locking the screen. One evening, after she'd fallen asleep, I unlocked her phone using the code I'd never bothered with before. What I found confirmed my worst fears. Lily wasn't a woman, it was a man named Tom. Their messages were flirtatious, filled with plans for secret meetups at restaurants, hotels, and even out-of-town trips. My chest tightened as I read through months of deception. But that wasn't all. Anna had another app, disguised as a calendar tool. When I opened it, I discovered a whole second social media account under the name Katie. Katie wasn't just an alias. It was an entirely different life. Anna, as Katie, had a new circle of friends, a fabricated backstory, and even a new job listed on her profile. She'd been posting photos of herself at fancy places, tagging people I didn't recognize, with hairstyles and outfits I'd never seen her wear. I felt sick. All those late nights and work events were cover-ups for her life as Katie and for Tom. After a week of sleepless nights and pretending nothing was wrong, I finally confronted her. I sat her down and asked, "Who is Katie?" Her face went pale. "What are you talking about?" she stammered. I held up my phone, showing her the screenshots. "Your other life, your other identity, and Tom. I know everything." She broke down, tears streaming down her face. "I didn't mean for you to find out like this," she said. She tried to explain that Katie was an escape from our routine life, a way to feel alive again. But her excuses only deepened the betrayal. She had built an entire existence on lies, one where I didn't exist. The next few days were a blur of silence and half-hearted apologies. Anna said she loved me and wanted to make things right, but I couldn't see her the same way. The woman I had married, the person I thought I knew, was gone. Eventually, we both realized there was no salvaging our marriage. She moved out, taking her secrets and her second life with her. It was one of the hardest things I've ever endured, but in a strange way, I'm grateful. Her betrayal taught me the value of trust and honesty, pillars no relationship can survive without. As for Anna, I don't know if she's still living as Katie or if she ended things with Tom. All I know is that the life we shared is over, and I'm left to rebuild from the ruins of her lies.